Backstage Pass Institute of Gaming. For more details, contact 7093965965965.
యానిమేషన్, విజువల్ ఎఫెక్ట్స్, గేమింగ్ రాబోయేటువంటి దశాబ్ద కాలంలో 20 లక్షల ఉద్యోగాలు రాబోతున్నాయి.
Backstage Pass Institute of Gaming and Technology, that is here in Hyderabad. మా కాలేజీలో కంప్యూటర్ సైన్స్ అండ్ గేమ్ డెవలప్మెంట్ చదివినటువంటి విద్యార్థులు 2 కోట్లు, 1,25 లక్షలు, కోటి రూపాయలు, 87 లక్షలు, 56 లక్షలు, 36 lakhs per annum. These are the packages of those students.
We are expecting about 23 lakh jobs to be created by 2030, 2032.
Okay.
Today, 0.5% of the global, close to 60 to 70% jobs are being done in India.
Why we need to talk about AVGC and why we need to get that skills and knowledge?
Today, if we look at it, AVGC is going to create a lot of jobs. If we go back and see during COVID, right, people were at home. What would they do? India has the potential, and that too Telangana has the potential to create lots of jobs.
ఎందుకని మనం AVGC మీద ఫోకస్ పెడుతున్నాం?
Threefold agenda. First is skilling for employability. Second is providing the right, ready, trained manpower. And third is creating an entrepreneurial opportunity. And in AVGC sector today, if I look at it, there is so much potential for creating games.
Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji said, खेलने में नहीं, हमारे बच्चों को वो गेम्स बनाने में आना चाहिए. युवता को, अपने IT प्रोफेशनल्स को, AI के प्रोफेशनल्स को, गेमिंग के सेक्टर को लीड करना चाहिए అని చెప్పి వారు, I am repeating his words. People, parents, students should notice this.
నమస్తే, నేను కవిత. వెల్కమ్ టు iDream. మారుతున్నటువంటి కాలం డిమాండ్కి తగ్గట్టుగా స్టూడెంట్స్ కూడా తమ కెరీర్ని మలుచుకోవాల్సినటువంటి అవసరం ఉంది. అందులోనూ ప్రధానంగా యానిమేషన్, విజువల్ ఎఫెక్ట్స్, గేమింగ్ అండ్ కామిక్స్కి సంబంధించి రాబోయేటువంటి దశాబ్ద కాలంలో 20 లక్షల ఉద్యోగాలు రాబోతున్నాయి. దానికి మనం ఎక్విప్డ్గా ఉన్నామా లేదా, కావలసినటువంటి టెక్నాలజీని, స్కిల్స్ని మనం అప్గ్రేడ్ చేసుకుంటున్నామా లేదా? యాక్చువల్గా ప్రస్తుతం అయితే ఇప్పుడు అకాడమిక్ ఇయర్స్ స్టార్ట్ అవుతున్నాయి కాబట్టి స్టూడెంట్స్ అండ్ పేరెంట్స్ ఏం నేర్చుకోవాలి, ఎటువైపు తమ డైరెక్షన్ని మార్చుకోవాలి, ఎలా పాత్ని సెట్ చేసుకోవాల్సినటువంటి అవసరం ఉంది. అదే మాట్లాడుకోబోతున్నాం. మనతో పాటుగా ఉన్నారు ఒక ఎమినెంట్ పర్సనాలిటీ. తను టాస్క్ తెలంగాణ అకాడమీ ఫర్ స్కిల్ అండ్ నాలెడ్జ్కి సీఈఓగా వర్క్ చేస్తున్నారు. అట్ ద సేమ్ టైం AVGC టాస్క్ ఫోర్స్ సెంట్రల్ కమిటీలో మెంబర్గా ఉన్నారు. JNTU ex-EC మెంబర్ అండ్ నాస్కామ్ ఫౌండేషన్ CEO శ్రీకాంత్ సిన్హా గారు. శ్రీకాంత్ జీ, నమస్తే.
అందరికీ నమస్కారం.
థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్ సార్. థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్ ఫర్ గివింగ్ అస్ టైమ్. థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్. అండ్ మనతో పాటుగా ఉన్నారు స్కిల్ ఎవాంజలిస్ట్ అండ్ కెరీర్ గైడెన్స్ ఎక్స్పర్ట్ సయ్యద్ జునైద్ గారు. సార్ నమస్తే. సో థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్ సార్, మీరిద్దరు మా దగ్గరికి వచ్చినందుకు. అండ్ సార్ జునైద్ సార్, మనం ఎందుకని AVGC గురించి మాట్లాడుకోవాల్సినటువంటి అవసరం ఉంది? పేరెంట్స్కి అవగాహన లేదా, లేకపోతే కెరీర్ అనేది చాలా చాలా బాగుంటుంది అనేదా?
మ్యామ్, ఈరోజు మారుతున్న పరిస్థితులకు అనుగుణంగా టెక్నాలజీ మారుతోంది. ఆర్టిఫిషియల్ ఇంటెలిజెన్స్ ఈస్ టేకింగ్ ఓవర్ ఎవ్రీవేర్. ప్రపంచ వరల్డ్ ఎకనామిక్ ఫోరం ఒక నివేదిక ప్రచురించిందండి జనవరి నెల 2025 సంవత్సరంలో. ఫ్యూచర్ జాబ్స్ 2025 నుంచి 2030 కల్లా జాబ్ మార్కెట్ ఎలా ఫ్లక్చువేట్ అవ్వబోతోంది, డిస్రప్షన్ ఎలా ఉండబోతోంది, అందులో జాబ్ మార్కెట్లో చేంజెస్ ఏం రాబోతున్నాయి. ఇట్స్ అ వెరీ బిగ్ నెంబర్ గేమ్ అండి. అయితే ఇక్కడ ఏంటంటే బ్రీఫ్గా నేను మీకు ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తాను. ఇట్ ఈస్ ఎక్స్పెక్టెడ్ దట్ 800 మిలియన్ జాబ్స్ విల్ బీ డిస్రప్టెడ్.
ఓకే,
ఈ పీరియడ్లో 800 మిలియన్ అంటే దాదాపు 80 కోట్లు. ఓకే, ఏఐ మళ్ళీ కొన్ని జాబ్స్ కొత్తవి కూడా క్రియేట్ చేస్తుంది. 170 మిలియన్ అండి, అంటే దాదాపుగా ఒక 11 కోట్లు అనుకోవచ్చు మనం, అటు ఇటు ఇంచుమించుగా. అయితే నంబర్ డిఫరెన్స్, వ్యత్యాసం ఎంత ఉంది. అయితే ఈ సందర్భంలో స్కిల్స్ అనేవి చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్, ఒక పెద్ద పీట వాటికి ఇంపార్టెంట్ రోల్ ప్లే చేయబోతున్నాయి. ఈరోజు మనకు మోదీ గారు ఒక 1.5 year బ్యాక్ నేను ఒక వీడియో చూడడం జరిగింది. హునర్ హే తో ఖదర్ హే హిందీలో. అంటే మీకు నైపుణ్యం ఉంటేనే మీకు గుర్తింపు ఉంటుంది, మీకు మంచి ఏమంటారు రాబోయే కాలంలో మీరు మంచి ఉద్యోగంలో సెటిల్ అవ్వడానికి అవకాశం ఉంటుంది. ఇప్పుడు మీరు మన శ్రీకాంత్ సిన్హా గారి గురించి మంచి ఇంట్రొడక్షన్ ఇచ్చారు. ఒక 2 పాయింట్స్ నేను యాడ్ చేయదలుచుకున్నానండి దానికి. శ్రీకాంత్ సిన్హా సార్ యాజ్ అ CEO of TASK, Telangana Academy for Skill and Knowledge, his major responsibility is to create job opportunities for the students of our youth of Telangana. Main important role play చేస్తున్నారు. And that too, he is directly working under IT and C department, Information Technology, Electronics and Communications Department, Government of Telangana. Okay, రాబోయే కాలంలో ఈవెన్ ఈ ఐటీ వైపు మనం మాట్లాడుకోవచ్చు, నాన్ ఐటీ కూడా మాట్లాడుకోవచ్చు. సో ఈ రోజు మన డిబేట్ అయితే ఏవిజిసి మీద ఉంది కాబట్టి మనం ఆ ఫోకస్లో వెళ్దాము. కాకపోతే he is such a wonderful personality who is guiding the state itself, state youth towards the employment opportunities, right? So it's a blessing that such a wonderful personality is here with us today. ఆయనతో చాలా మనం విషయాలు తెలుసుకుందాము. డెఫినెట్గా మారుతున్న కాలానికి అనుగుణంగా విద్యార్థులు మంచి కోర్సులను ఎంచుకొని దాని తదనుగుణంగా వాళ్ళు మంచి స్కిల్స్ని పొందితే కనుక ఎంప్లాయ్మెంట్ ఆపర్చునిటీస్ ఉంటాయి ఫ్యూచర్లో. వాటి గురించి మనము సార్ని అడిగి తెలుసుకుందాము.
ఎస్ సార్, థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్ జునైద్ సార్. సార్, శ్రీకాంత్ సార్, ఎందుకని why we need to talk about AVGC and why we need to get that skills and knowledge?
So let me start by saying why skills, right? So I think people don't employ you for knowing the definition of a screwdriver, but you should know where to use it and when to use it.
So true.
And that is what skills teaches you. Why AVGC? Today, if you look at it, the way AI is coming in, right? As Mr. Junaid also said, a lot of jobs will get disrupted. Already we are saying that in the next 1 to 2 years, software programming, mobile app programming will be done by AI itself, right? One field which will not get disrupted as much is the creative thing.
Yeah.
And that is where AVGC stands, right? Today, if we look at it, AVGC is going to create a lot of jobs. If we go back and see during COVID, a lot of mobile penetration happened. And that is where actually gaming, OTT platforms, right? People were at home. What would they do? All these things took a great leap. And that is where today India has the potential, and that too Telangana has the potential to create lots of jobs for the youth. And that is why today, as people are coming into the colleges, AVGC becomes a very, very attractive sector for them. I also come from a standpoint where I have seen people who have done their mechanical engineering or CSC more importantly, and after 4 years they realized, no, software programming, etc. is not their cup of tea. They could become game designers.
Okay.
Then why not start with a career moving towards AVGC itself and become a game designer, if that is what your dream is. Today, skills becomes very important because you are valued for your skills. And that is where, so skills is the new currency, I should say.
సో స్కిల్ ఈజ్ ద న్యూ కరెన్సీ. ఒక వాట్ ఏ టర్మ్ అండి నిజంగా. అంటే మనం ఎందుకని వెళ్ళాలి అనుకుంటే స్కిల్ ఉంటేనే మనకు డబ్బు వస్తుంది, స్కిల్ ఉంటేనే మనకి కెరీర్ ఉంటుంది.
పరమాత్మ హై.
సో ట్రూ.
బాప్ బడానా భయ్యా సబ్సే బడా రూపాయి. అల్టిమేట్ గోల్ ఆఫ్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ ఈజ్ ఎంప్లాయ్మెంట్ అండి. అండ్ ఎంప్లాయ్మెంట్ ద్వారా మనకు వచ్చేది ఏంటి? వి ఎర్న్ మనీ, లైవ్లీహుడ్, రైట్? సో వీఆర్ విట్నెసింగ్. ఇప్పుడు మనం చూస్తున్నాము, ఏఐసిటి హ్యాస్ పబ్లిష్డ్ అ రిపోర్ట్ రీసెంట్లీ. అందులో ఆల్ ఇండియా కౌన్సిల్ ఆఫ్ టెక్నికల్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్, దే హ్యావ్ క్లియర్లీ మెన్షన్ దట్ ఇండియా ఈజ్ ప్రొడ్యూసింగ్ 8 lakh ఇంజనీర్స్ ఎవ్రీ ఇయర్. అవుట్ ఆఫ్ దెమ్ 90% ఆర్ అన్ఎంప్లాయబుల్, ఉద్యోగానికి అర్హులు కారు. అండ్ 80% ఆఫ్ దెమ్ ఆర్ అన్ఎంప్లాయిడ్. వాట్ డస్ ఇట్ మీన్? వేర్ వీఆర్ లీడింగ్? అయితే మనము అంటే ఫ్యూచర్ని సరిగ్గా అంచనా వేసుకోకుండా ఏదో అంటే గొర్రెల మందలాగా ఒకవైపు వెళ్తున్నామా మన విద్యార్థులు కానీ తల్లిదండ్రులు కానీ? లేదా ఫ్యూచర్లో ఉండబోయే ఆ జాబ్ మార్కెట్ ఎలా చేంజ్ అవ్వబోతోంది, దానికి అనుగుణంగా ఏ ఫీల్డ్లో ఉద్యోగ అవకాశాలు ఉన్నాయి, దాని తదనుగుణంగా వాళ్ళు కనుక కెరీర్స్ని ఎంచుకుంటే వాళ్ళకి ఉజ్వలమైన భవిష్యత్తు డెఫినెట్గా ఉంటుంది. లేకపోతే మాత్రం డెఫినెట్గా అంధకారమేనండి. ఇది ఖచ్చితంగా తల్లిదండ్రులు తెలుసుకోవాలి. అది చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్ విషయం.
సో శ్రీకాంత్ సార్, మెనీ people and parents do think that animation and gaming are just as a hobby and they spoil the career. పిల్లలు ఎవరైనా ఆడుతున్నారు అంటే దే విల్ లైక్ స్క్రీమ్ ఎట్ దెమ్, లైక్ దే విల్ షౌట్ ఎట్ దెమ్. ఎందుకని మనం ఏవీజీసీ మీద ఫోకస్ పెడుతున్నాం, దాంతో కెరీర్ వస్తుంది, స్కిల్ని డెవలప్ చేసుకోవాలి అనే దాంట్లో మీరెందుకని ప్రమోట్ చేస్తున్నారు?
So you're absolutely right, right? Today the mindset of the parents is what? If you do engineering or medicine, then only you get a good job, right? But that could be, that's the furthest from the truth. Truth is today there are so many career options, right? And how many people have actually just created short reels, etc., and they have become influencers, correct? So there is so much potential, new opportunities are coming up. No one can predict the future. That's a fact. But should we only keep on continuing? Today, if you look at, and I'm making a conscious statement over here, India has missed the software bus, right? The next phase which is there is towards products and manufacturing and creation of more and more products. And animation, gaming, visual effects is exactly an industry which creates that. Why I say we have missed the software bus is because Finacle was the last product that India made, post which there are no products. We are only creating people for operations and services. And that is where India's IT industry stands. Now, all these jobs, like data entry, no one talks about. Today, when students enter the colleges in the first year of engineering, by the time they pass out, 60% of the jobs that are existing will no longer exist, job roles, right? So that is the future that they are looking at today. And just, I think, the joint state of Andhra Pradesh and Telangana have been forerunners as far as this is concerned. 2004 itself, they set up IEG, Institute of Electronic Governance, which then became Jawaharlal Nehru Knowledge Centers, which got renamed as TASK in 2014 when the state was getting bifurcated, where the main focus for us today in 2019 onwards when I have joined them, it has turned to democratizing opportunities, right? We should give preference to native arts of tribal students. They can become brilliant creators, animators, visual graphic experts. It's only how you hone their skills. And that is why TASK today has got threefold agenda. First is skilling for employability.
Okay.
Second is providing the right, ready, trained manpower as, when, where organizations want them. And third is creating an entrepreneurial opportunity. We can't continue to be a nation or a state of only job seekers. We have to have job creators also. And in AVGC sector today, if I look at it, there is so much potential for creating games, for creating IP towards Indian historical things, right? In fact, recently I came across, during one of the events, Supandi, the comic that used to be there, has now been converted into animated series. So there is so much potential. It's how youth are able to tap their potential, their interests, right? Their aspiration, interests, their competencies should be looked at, and that's how they should look at careers in the future. AVGC will provide that. So today, if you look at it, we are expecting about 23 lakh jobs to be created by 2030, 2032.
Okay.
And that is the potential that we have. Today, why we are looking at that kind of a thing is, today 0.5% of the global revenue comes to India, while close to 60 to 70% jobs are being done in India. Right from life of pi to everything else has been done over here, right? Then why should we not get a larger share of that pie? And that can only happen if we have in-country studios, in-state studios. Telangana is giving a great push with the image tower coming up, right? Which will be a large building where it is plug and play for the AVGC sector itself. So I think if we look at it, AVGC is here to stay. It's early days. Of course, a lot of people are creating today using AI, the entire thing. But as I can see my friends in the front, the director of photography, etc., those roles can never be changed.
So true.
Right? AI can't take them over. And that is where potential exists.
So AVGC is here to stay for a long time. అంటే వెరీ ఇనీషియల్ డేస్లో పేరెంట్స్కి వచ్చేటువంటి కొన్ని డౌట్స్ అనేవి ఉంటాయి. చాలా డిమాండ్ ఎక్కువ ఉంది, బోల్డ్ అని జాబ్స్ వస్తున్నాయి అంటే అప్పటికి అటువైపు వెళ్ళడానికి స్కోప్ అనేది ఉంటుంది. కమింగ్ ఇన్ 5 to 7 yearsలో ఇన్ని లక్షల ఉద్యోగాలు వస్తున్నాయి అంటే వీ నీడ్ టు గివ్ దట్ అవేర్నెస్ టు దెమ్, వీ నీడ్ టు కన్విన్స్ దెమ్. ఇవన్నీ అనేసరికి వాళ్ళకి మోస్ట్ అట్రాక్టింగ్ థింగ్ జాబ్స్ ఉన్నాయి సరే, దెన్ వాట్ అబౌట్ ద పే స్కేల్, ఇలాంటివన్నీ కూడా చూస్తుంటాయి కదా. జాబ్ సీకర్స్ కాదు జాబ్ మేకర్స్ అవుతారు అనుకున్నప్పుడు సో ఇన్ రిటర్న్ మాకు ఎంత వస్తుంది అనేది కూడా ఆలోచిస్తుంటారు కదా.
అవును, యా, వెరీ ట్రూ. ఎస్, అయితే such a wonderful insight from a person of his stature coming in. I'm totally astonished, Andy, because Sinha sir was earlier, he was the CEO of NASCOM Foundation, National Association of Software Services Companies, that drives all the IT companies here. మీకు అర్థమవుతుందా? ఐటీ కంపెనీలను అందరినీ మార్గదర్శనం చేసేటటువంటి ఒక ఆర్గనైజేషన్కి సీఈఓగా ఉన్నారు. ఐటీ ల్యాండ్స్కేప్లో ఏం జరుగుతోంది, ఆ చేంజెస్ ఏమొస్తున్నాయి, స్కిల్ ఇంపార్టెన్స్ ఏంటి అని ఇంత బాగా వివరించారు. అయితేనండి, ఇప్పుడు ఏవిజీసీ గురించి మనం మాట్లాడుతున్నాం కాబట్టి మేబీ గేమింగ్ గురించి సార్ ప్రస్తావించారు. గేమింగ్ కావచ్చు, యానిమేషన్, విజువల్ ఎఫెక్ట్స్, కొన్ని ఈ రంగాలు కావచ్చు. మీకు ఒక చిన్న ఎగ్జాంపుల్ చెప్తాను. ఇప్పుడు సార్ చెప్పారు ఓన్లీ 0.5% మనము మన టోటల్ వీ హ్యావ్ క్యాప్చర్డ్ ద మార్కెట్ అని. ఐల్ గివ్ యూ వన్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ అబౌట్ గేమింగ్ అండి. Gaming industry, worldwide gaming industry is $269 billion industry as on today. But out of that, India has only captured 1.3% of market. Okay, but whereas China is leading with 22%, and the US is leading with 20%, and Japan is leading with 18%. Where we are, we are not there at all. Almost zero. 1.3% is almost like nothing, right? But mere $269 billion industry today is it's to be exploded. It's the exponential growth that is ahead is you will be astonished to know this industry is going to explode like anything. $800 billion industry ga marabotundi by 2030. That is the projection. India wants to capture that maximum market share of it. సో ఫర్ దట్ యాక్చువల్లీ వీ నీడ్ స్కిల్డ్ మ్యాన్ పవర్, హ్యూమన్ రిసోర్సెస్ కావాలి మనకి, విద్యార్థులు కావాలి. వాళ్ళు చదువుకొని, అంటే ఈ స్కిల్ ల్యాండ్స్కేప్లో చదువుకొని, మేబీ అది గేమింగ్ కావచ్చు, ఇంకేదైనా కావచ్చు, అక్కడ జాబ్స్ చేయడానికి రెడీగా ఉన్నటువంటి విద్యార్థులు కావాలి. ఇప్పుడు మనము 2025 ఆల్మోస్ట్ జూలై ఆగస్ట్లో ఉన్నాము. సో 2030 ఎన్ని సంవత్సరాలండి? ఒక 5 సంవత్సరాలు కదా. ఈ 5 సంవత్సరాల్లో దట్టు ఇంపార్టెన్స్ ఆఫ్ ఐ వాజ్ గోయింగ్ త్రూ ద సర్ AVGC task force committee's report that you people have given. There is an important point that has been mentioned, that the kind of awareness to be created among children in the at the school level. Not only that, UG PG programs have to be started with global degree programs. And so could you please throw some light on that?
Sure. Very interesting thing, because I was fortunate to be part of this committee. Of course, the committee was set up by multiple departments, including IB, and they were the driving force over there at a central government level. And we had the stalwarts of the industry, Mr. Ashish Kulkarni, Mr. Biren Ghosh, Mr. Anuj Kakkar, etc. And a lot of other people were there as part of this committee, and I was part of the skills committee. One of the main recommendations that we made was very, very simple. We said we need to catch them young.
Great.
Right? Because today, everyone, and if you look at typically in Telangana, since we are sitting over here, I think the dinner time conversation, what I've been told, is till the 8th grade, it is how do you get into either becoming an engineer or a doctor. When you come to the 11th class and so, you are talking about which university in US do you go to, right? And that's typically what the conversations have. So we said, why don't we look at the creative talents of these students post the 6th grade itself?
Yes.
So that actually these people can be identified And then they could be moved into that direction. I'm not saying 7th grade onwards they'll start becoming, world-class animators, etc. No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying that let them move in that direction. And that is what is most important. Let them understand, for example, these lights are there, right? In the studio, if the light is falling from this direction, where will the shadow fall?
True.
Right? Get them moving towards that direction. And we should not lose that potential. Today, what is happening, the biggest challenge is we don't look at competencies of people. We don't look at the aspirations of people. We don't look at the interest of people. It's a herd mentality that, okay, 94% of our youth in Telangana today opt for CSC and IT programs.
Yeah.
Right? And that is where it's important that you get these people identified and start training them towards that so that they can become world-class animators or world-class visual graphic effects, or in the media and entertainment industry, they should have their own spotlight. In colleges also, it becomes very, very important that we should have institutions which are able to train people, build their competencies, right, on products like Maya, right, Autodesk Suites, on Adobe Illustrator used to be earlier, sorry, that was during my time, and that brings me to a very interesting thing. If I go into my history, when PCs came up,
Okay.
right, the first game that I had written for myself,
Oh, great.
as a student was, I was fortunate to be in Indonesia, Jakarta, where I came across the first IBM PC in those days in 81.
Wow.
When they were just being launched, as my father was with the World Meteorological Organization, so we were there. So I got access to this computer where in GW Basic I had created 2 games. One was Moon Rocket Lander,
Wow.
which is a very simple physics thing that we were talking about. And of course, there was no graphics in those days, so I used ampersand and those kind of things. But today, games have changed completely, right? Today, it is, if I look at it, it's the power of compute has become so much. With companies like NVIDIA, etc., the power has completely changed. Today, we are talking about things like creating games, and as I said, during COVID, the number practically tripled. And what is more important to notice is that in India, with 1.4 billion population, right, 4.8 billion population, there's huge potential for this, right? But there has to be a difference between game of skills and game of chance, and that's where one difference is. Second thing is, I think we also need to concentrate on AR, XR, VR, XR, right? So there also. So now, when we talk about this entire industry itself, it has become AVGC hyphen XR, extended reality, and that's what it is. Now, for this, you need to have skilled people, which can only happen once they have understood, completed their high school, etc., and moved to colleges. And that is where they will be able to comprehend things. They will be able to understand the things. And that's where it's important to have curriculum. So as I said, Junior MECAT, which is from the Media and Entertainment Sector Skill Council, the exam for evaluating, we should also have this kind of an exam and identify the potential who are there. I have come across cases where people have done their entire engineering in CSC only to realize that they are excellent game designers.
Okay.
Right? So why waste those 4 years? Become a game designer at that time, it would have been 4 years earlier.
Exactly.
Excellent.
And that is where things are. So it's important that we have at every level. And I always say, for good music, you need musicians, which are the skilled people. But you also need the Bachs and the Beethovens, right? And that is what is required at PG level and research, right? What could be the new technologies? Today, India doesn't have a codec of its own. How can you bring in those things? And that's where, as part of that report itself,
Sir.
which was how do you make, AVGC sector, India is a major force in the AVGC sector globally. That is what the whole positioning was for that report. And one of the things which are there was also setting up a center for creative technologies.
Great.
Which is, I'm happy to say that was set up a couple of weeks ago in Mumbai. So today we are already moving in that direction. So I think it's already in the growth trajectory.
Yeah.
It's important for us to inform people in the districts, etc., ensuring that we are able to get the best potential talent. And that can only happen if we are able to change mindsets.
True.
That is where spreading awareness, conducting sessions, right? And here we have got a very, very important body, a trade body, right? Something similar to NASCOM. Here we have TWAGA, Telangana Animation and Visual Effects Association, Gaming Association. So such a body is there working with the member companies, etc., into spreading awareness. So TASK has signed up an MOU with STPI, Software Technologies Park of India, which is the image tower, as well as TWAGA, to ensure that we are able to spread that awareness across Telangana.
Yeah.
Because that's the need of the hour. And if you look at from districts like Nirmal to Adilabad, Asifabad, we have so much potential over there. How we are able to harness that potential is the only question, which can only start with mindset changes.
సో సైజ్ సార్ బోల్డ్ అన్ని ఆపర్చునిటీస్ అయితే ఉన్నాయి, బట్ వీ నీడ్ టు ఎక్స్ప్లోర్ దెమ్. అంటే అవగాహన కావాల్సినటువంటి అవసరం అయితే ఉంది. ఒక బ్రైట్ ఫ్యూచర్ ఉంది, ఒక బ్లూమింగ్ సెక్టార్లో మనం ఉన్నాము అనేటువంటి ఆ అవేర్నెస్ అనేది చాలా ర్యాపిడ్గా తీసుకురావాల్సిన అవసరం ఉంది కదా.
కరెక్ట్ అండి. అయితే మనం సార్ని ఒక మాట అడుగుదాము. Sir, as you said, I mean, 23 lakhs job potential is there in this particular sector. I project some statistics from a university, JNFAU, Jawaharlal Nehru Architecture and Fine Arts University, because you were also the member of, as an executive council member for JNTU. So you understand this much better. The university that caters to the needs of these students, JNFAU, that's a state-funded and state-run university by the state government of Telangana. So there are, for example, let's take gaming or animation as a courses or careers. There are only few colleges, 3 or 4 in each segment I'm talking about. Let's take gaming as an example. For gaming is being offered by only 3 or 4 colleges, hardly. And each college is having an intake of about 50 or 60 students.
Yes.
That's the max. For example, let us say 4 colleges and 60 students a year. That makes 240.
Correct. Yes.
So here we are talking about 23 lakh people required by 2030. That's the huge projection. But when we are talking about JNFU, that's the first fine arts university established in India, and then they have started these courses 15 years back. That is the situation for this for this university. So now, having said that, the necessity to change the mindset, as you said earlier, what is the right path? Can you please throw some light, like why people should understand, especially parents, because children will have different talents. They want to do some. I have come across, because during counseling, so many students, they come, they say, "Sir, I want to get into gaming," but the problem is the parents. They say no.
Yeah.
That's not a career at all. You just get into computer science or maybe into engineering or medicine or whatever. So you please guide the students or parents, like why, what is the need for them to take these courses or careers?
Correct. No, absolutely, you're absolutely right. I think, our universities work at a glacial pace, right? Making change in curriculums, etc., takes a very long time. Today, if I look at the IT industry and the boom that happened, right, it was because of not the IITs and the other institutions, which are the topmost institutions. Of course, they created the people who started the initial trend to go to, the Silicon Valley and become, the leads over there, right? Under the startup founder, they were the second rung. But the actual manpower was created by institutions, right?
Agreed.
So I think there's a parallel thing that needs to happen together.
Yes.
Right? And today, if you look at it, in India, we are fortunate to have the NSDC, the National Skill Development Corporation, and the various sector skill council. For example, for this one, it is the media and entertainment sector skill council,
Okay.
which actually has come up with fantastic job roles and courses accordingly.
Okay.
Right? Those can be offered by institutions because that gives you a certification from a central government agency which is recognized all across,
Wow.
even by the industry. As part of that report, we have also said that I think trainers from various industries also should be interned in the industry. Typically what happens in every sector, and I talk about the education sector itself including engineering, along with HICIA and Infosys Springboard, we are running a project called Project Drona, which is training our faculty members. Why? Because they did their BTech, they did their MTech and started teaching directly. They don't have any industry exposure.
Yeah.
Right? So we have this Project Drona that we are running with HICIA and Infosys Springboard, as I said, which is skilling faculty members, helping them understand what the industry requires, and then putting them into the industry for a couple of days to a couple of weeks so that they can actually understand how industry works.
Yeah.
Similarly, if we look at it for the AVGC sector, the industry is ready to come forward to train the faculty members.
Okay.
And that is what is the need of the hour, because everything is changing today extremely fast, right? Moore's law, which used to be there in our time, which was once in 18 months things would change. Now it is happening every second week itself.
Yeah.
So you had ChatGPT, which came in November 22-23, which disrupted the entire thing. Till that it was Google University, now it is so many things. Then came DeepSeek from China, then Baidu. Everyone is changing. India came with their own model developed. And we, for example, right, and sorry, I'm talking about something which is slightly related only, but it's important to mention over here for everyone. Along with Triple IT Hyderabad, Swechha, Ozone Tel, we are running a program which is called as Vishwam.ai,
Okay.
which is how do we create a model for the global south, right? Today, there is hardly any Telugu culture or literature available on the net. So what Vishwam AI's goal is to ensure that we are able to preserve the Telugu culture. So about 35,000 of my students currently as we speak
Okay.
are going to their grandparents and saying, what is the lullaby you used to sing to me
Okay.
when I was a child?
Okay. Okay.
What is the dish that is missing on the dinner table today that used to be earlier there?
Yeah.
What is the importance of this village or the village temple or the village well, whatever else, right? So that we are collecting voice samples, which are then our students themselves are doing what is called a data annotation, which is cleansing and tagging, etc. And they will be led through the entire thing to how you program models in AI, right? So that is what we are doing. So if you look at it, the tremendous potential, it's how you are able to skill the people in the right direction, and especially our faculty members today. That is where it is. And institutions also should become part of this, because when, in fact, way back in 95 to 99, when I was based out of Dubai, heading AppTech for the Middle East, and Arena Multimedia started during that time.
True. True.
And I used to be taking care of Arena Multimedia for the Middle East, right? Then and now there's a lot of change.
Okay.
But how many of our institutions have kept pace with it, right? Softwares and the workstations, etc., costs have escalated.
Yes.
How many have upgraded their own infrastructure? And that becomes a key thing to drive. So I think there are a lot of good institutions
Yes.
that students should approach, right? And in Telangana, we have got many of them. I'll be doing injustice in case I name anyone. But yes, a lot of institutions are there who train people,
Yeah.
right? And they should look at that and then create their opportunities and go ahead and join this sector. Mindset changes. We will be going and doing it. Twaga is there with us. STPI is there with us. In fact, we work with another organization also, which is purely looking at how do you identify talent in colleges, existing colleges, to harness the creative talent over there. Right? So already some 10 odd colleges we have done it, and we will be moving ahead and doing that again. So TASK is also supporting that initiative because we work with 764 colleges across the state.
Oh, that's great. 764.
764 plus colleges across the state we work with, and there are engineering colleges, there are degree colleges, there are polytechnics, there are 53 pharmacy colleges.
Okay.
And today, I think with serious games, with games in learning and development, it's a complete game changer. So that will also become a horizontal across sectors also. Apart from gaming as a vertical, which is a sector, gaming will be used in everything.
Great.
Just to give you a very, very small example, right? A person had dust allergy. Anytime any vehicle used to go on the road, he used to sneeze.
Yes.
He was given a VR headset. He was shown again and again a truck going,
Okay.
and he would visualize that in his headset. First 2 times he sneezed, but after that
Get
he
used
didn't.
to it.
He got used to it because that was there.
Positive.
Okay.
Yes.
Reaffirmations, positive reaffirmations were given. So even gaming or XR is there in the health industry today,
Great.
Oh,
Great.
that's great.
right?
And-
So huge potential.
Here, sir, when we're talking about games, our Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji also, on several occasions, he has stressed on that, particularly about gaming.
Yeah.
He has advised the students and parent community to get into gaming, be it his Independence Day speech or during some interviews or some Man Ki Baat or Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. On several occasions, he has been, continuously talking about and suggesting the youth to get into gaming and become or make India as a gaming hub or gaming, to tap into the gaming market potential of India. So, sir, I think, because you have worked closely with, of course, Modi ji and all top people on the central level. So, what is your opinion? Because at a grassroots level, at a rural level, people are not aware of it. Even though Prime Minister has continuously, making statements or he is trying to create awareness among masses, but still the message has not yet, reached to the people. So, what is the message you want to give to the parents specifically at the rural areas or maybe in cities like Hyderabad? Like, what is the necessity to for them to get into or let their children to get into these kind of fields?
Let me start by talking about that those who forget history are condemned to repeat it. Right? That's a famous statement that's been made. Today, if you look at India itself, all our old temples, etc., right? There are so many statues. At that time, that was the form of representing culture, right? Today, if you look at it, the things have changed completely, right? We watch these drone shows, correct?
True.
Medium is going to keep on changing. Tomorrow it will be holograph, it could be anything. It is important for us today that we are able to identify the competencies of your child, right? You would never have a Tendulkar or a Dhoni, right, if the potential was not seen right in the beginning itself. And that's where we are talking about the 6th grade MECAT, junior MECAT exam.
Excellent,
right?
excellent.
Parents have to understand that this is like any other sector.
Like engineering or medicine.
Like engineering or medicine, right? Today, if someone develops a game, right, and there are multiple engines for developing games and it can be done, it can be sold anywhere upwards, like we were discussing earlier, 2 crores plus.
Yes,
right?
yes.
India today has changed from a market which used to be a free consumer to people buying assets.
Yes.
You have WebSphere and you have multiple other platforms coming up where you can actually be in a virtual world and play games, etc. Right? So a lot of changes are happening. I think it's important for the parents to realize that if your child has potential in gaming, in drawing, in doodling, in playing chess, right? He or she could also become a game developer, right? Because you need to understand a game. People think, oh, it's just a game. No. In fact, just to narrate another example, at one of my previous avatar, we were training bankers, right? Using a Candy Crush engine, we created a game to train bankers,
Okay.
right? For clearing checks and drafts. I never knew a draft could bounce, but that's what it was. So we had to build that skill.
Yes.
We used serious gaming, using Candy Crush engine to create that. Competency got so developed that they could pass 27 checks or drafts a minute. Coming to something more recently, as part of skilling people for the pharma industry in manufacturing and technical assistance, etc. roles, we used VR headsets because I can't get a production plant into the classroom or a reactor into a classroom. So we used XR headsets to do that. Who will do the programming for these? Who will develop these games? We need people. So my humble appeal to the parents is that please, please, please identify potential of your children.
Great.
And if they are creative, get them into that field.
Exactly.
Today, people have left their IIT, who are IIT graduates, IIM graduates, etc., who are having a successful software career. They have left their jobs and become, stand-up comedians also, right? Stand-up artists.
Yes.
So there are so many things today. So please don't straitjacket your kids and say doctor or engineer. Ledu. Don't do that. That is not required. I can assure you there are plenty of jobs in the sector. We need the right kind of people to take it forward.
So true, so true.
I'll also like to take this opportunity to mention that one of the biggest animation series globally today is Chhota Bheem, which has been created from a studio Green Gold here in Hyderabad.
So true.
Students, basically, as Sir has suggested, identify their intrinsic potentials or innate talents. That's one thing. And apart from that, opportunities, like in the market. What is an opportunity? For example, if I am able to do some task, the market should be ready to pay for that.
Oh, no.
For my services or for the kind of work, whatever I can undertake, the market or maybe some company or anybody, or for that matter, as a freelancer, if I work, I should be getting paid for that to make a living, right? So that's called opportunity. So first thing is finding out their intrinsic potentials, that is an interest. Second thing is look for the opportunities, whether they have the opportunities, they are there in the market or not. Let me tell you one thing. ఇప్పుడు మీరు ఇంతకు ముందు salaries గురించి అడిగారు. ఇప్పుడు because my full-time activities, I work as general manager admissions for Backstage Pass Institute of Gaming and Technology, that is here in Hyderabad. మా కాలేజీలో కంప్యూటర్ సైన్స్ అండ్ గేమ్ డెవలప్మెంట్ చదివినటువంటి విద్యార్థులు 2 కోట్లు, 1.5 కోటి, 1,25 లక్షలు, 1 కోటి రూపాయలు, 87 లక్షలు, 56 లక్షలు, 36 lakhs per annum. These are the packages of those students. So these facts are not yet reached to the people so far. తల్లిదండ్రులకి ఇవి తెలియదు. ఒకవేళ కనుక మేము చెప్పినా కూడా వీళ్ళు అబద్ధం చెప్తున్నారు అనుకుంటున్నారు. So they are most welcome. I am very responsibly conveying this message to the society, to the parent community, right? As a career guide, as an evangelist of skilling, I tell you, please come to or go to the college. Backstage Passకి వెళ్ళండి. ఆ విద్యార్థుల యొక్క వివరాలు మీకు అందిస్తారు, వాళ్ళ హాల్ టికెట్ నంబర్స్తో సహా. ఏ విద్యార్థి ఎక్కడ పనిచేస్తున్నాడు, వాళ్ళ శాలరీ ఏంటి. ఇప్పుడు రీసెంట్లీ July 12th రోజండి, one of our alumni, Abhishek Singh ani, he got an offer from EA, Electronic Arts nunchi, as a technical director. You can imagine the salary what he might have been offered by the EA and Electronic Arts. Okay, సో అవి కాన్ఫిడెన్షియల్గా ఉంటాయి, బయట పెట్టడానికి అవకాశం ఉండదు, బికాస్ వాళ్ళకి కండిషన్స్ ఉంటాయి. సో కాబట్టి బట్ ఇట్ షుడ్ బి ఇన్ క్రోర్స్, నో డౌట్ అబౌట్ ఇట్. సో హియర్ ఎంత మంచి ఆపర్చునిటీస్ ఉన్నాయి, ఎంత మంచి సాలరీస్ ఉన్నాయి, బట్ పీపుల్ ఆర్ స్టిల్ నాట్ అవేర్ ఆఫ్ ఇట్. నాట్ ఓన్లీ దట్, దిస్ ఇస్ జస్ట్ ద బిగినింగ్, యాజ్ సర్ సెడ్. So there is a very, very big, vast market it's going to explode. Huge opportunities. Okay. ఇప్పుడు నేను మీకు చెప్పాను కదా 23 లక్షల సార్ చెప్తున్నారు రిక్వైర్మెంట్ ఉంది ఇండియాలో అని. బట్ మన యూనివర్సిటీ గురించి నాకు లెక్కలు తెలుసు కాబట్టి నేను మీకు పంచుకున్నాను. నాట్ మోర్ దెన్ 240 స్టూడెంట్స్ వీఆర్ మేకింగ్ ఆర్ వీఆర్ ఏబుల్ టు. ఇప్పుడు ఈ సంవత్సరము అన్ని నాలుగు కాలేజీల్లో 60 మంది అడ్మిషన్ తీసుకున్నారు అనుకుందాము. 240 పీపుల్ దే విల్ కమ్ అవుట్ ఆఫ్ ద కాలేజ్ ఆఫ్టర్ 4 years, right? By 2025 almost, I mean ఇప్పుడు ఉన్నాము 2030 వరకు. సో ఇంత పెద్ద డిమాండ్కి సో సరిపడా ఆ హ్యూమన్ రిసోర్సెస్ని తయారు చేయాలనేది చాలా పెద్ద టాస్క్. ఇప్పుడు మాకు అది అయి కూర్చుంది, సార్ దాని మీద పనిచేస్తున్నారు. మాలాంటి కెరీర్ గైడ్స్ మేము చెప్పినా వినరండి. మీకు బాధ చేసే విషయం ఏంటంటే తల్లిదండ్రులు ఇప్పుడు సార్ చెప్పారు కదా టనెల్ విజన్లో ఉంటారు. ఆ గుర్రము నాకు ఇదే దారి కనిపిస్తుంది, ఇదే దీని పక్కన ఏముందనేది దే డోంట్ వాంట్ టు థింక్ ఎట్ ఆల్ కదా. అయితే నిజంగానే ఇప్పుడు ఇక్కడ ఒక చిన్న విషయం అండి, మేకింగ్ గేమ్స్. ఇన్ వన్ ఆఫ్ ద ఇంటర్వ్యూ అవర్ ఆనరబుల్ ప్రైమ్ మినిస్టర్ మోదీజీ सेड खेलने में नहीं, हमारे बच्चों को वो गेम्स बनाने में आना चाहिए. He said युवता को, अपने IT प्रोफेशनल्स को, AI के प्रोफेशनल्स को గేమింగ్ కి సెక్టర్ को లీడ్ करना चाहिए అని చెప్పి వారు, ఐఎమ్ రిపీటింగ్ హిజ్ వర్డ్స్, బిలీవ్ మీ. సో ఆ మెసేజ్ ఇవ్వడం జరిగింది. బట్ ఇట్ హ్యాస్ నాట్ యెట్ రీచ్ టు ద మాసెస్. దట్స్ వాట్ ఐ బిలీవ్. ఇట్స్ అన్ఫార్చునేట్ దట్, ఐ మీన్ ఈవెన్ దో చిల్డ్రన్ వాంట్ టు గెట్ ఇన్ టు దీస్ ఫీల్డ్స్, బట్ the main restriction comes from the parents. So we have to break those barriers and shatter those stereotypic thinking and that social stigma that is prevailing in the society. They feel that no, only engineering or medicine is only the education as according to our standards, nothing else is education. They don't consider it. But whereas the national policy says, people like them, I mean the policy makers are making the policy that in these domains, skill domains lo necessity of UG or PG courses, global degree programs start అయిపోయినాయి. They have started successfully. Yes. And then they are out in the market. People, parents, students should notice this, and then for their own better future, for their bright future, they have to take these courses or choose these career pathways so that they can excel in life, so that they can be happy in their life, and they can make our nation a proud nation. Exactly. Because it's again linked with the foreign exchange and because economy. For example, if we could make 23 lakh professionals here, what could be the trajectory? ఇప్పుడు సార్ చెప్పినట్టుగా if we could capture the maximum 15 or 20% of $800 billion, that's a huge money flowing into India from outside, right? ఇప్పుడు we are losing the money to other nations. I am again repeating it very painfully. Our honorable Prime Minister Modi ji says, मैं देख रहा हूँ ये अपना पैसा बाहर जा रहा है, right? So we really need to work towards that, where we should create awareness. And thank you very much for inviting us today. Thanks. So yeah, please, over to you.
I'll probably add one more point over here. I think apart from ensuring that we are able to reach out to parents, etc., I would also reach out to the women. We don't have too many women into the gaming sector.
So true. Exactly.
Right?
Very true.
That is where we need women participation also. Right? Because TAS believes in only one thing. If you train a woman, you are training an entire generation.
Great.
Right? And that's where we want women participation also. I'm happy to say that, in the IGDC, which is, a lot of members are there, started a women chapter also in the Gaming Development Corporation, right? So that's again a trade body. They have started a women chapter also. And I think I would also like to mention two more things over here. Parents who think that gaming is not serious business should come to India Joy, which is an event that happens over here in Telangana, in Hyderabad at HICC, right? Which is on the entire AVGC XR segment itself. They should come over there and see people from across the globe come to India to look at talent, to look at things, right? Wow. Second thing that I'd like to mention over here is, why is Image Tower being created? Image tower is also being created not only to invite Sony, etc., to come over here, but also provide an opportunity without investments for entrepreneurs,
Okay.
because you are giving them mocap labs, right? Studios, motion capture studios are going to be there. There is going to be photogrammetry studios. Everything is going to be provided. So it's a plug and play. You come over there and then do whatever you want to do, right? So that's where the whole thing is changing. So not only that you join an existing industry, but there's a huge potential for the entrepreneurs also.
Yes. Yes, sir. Thank you so much, Sinha, sir. Thank you so much, yes, sir.
Thank you.
So,
it's been a pleasure and an honor speaking with Janet Garu and Kavita Garu.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. So, parents, ఆల్రెడీ ఎమర్జ్ అయినటువంటి ఇండస్ట్రీలోకి వెళ్ళడం, అందులోనూ కూడా డిమాండ్ తక్కువ ఉన్న చోట సప్లై అనేది ఎక్కువైపోతుంది. ఇంజనీరింగ్ చదువుకొని వెళ్ళినా కానీ అక్కడ వచ్చేటువంటి ఆపర్చునిటీస్ వెరీ లిమిటెడ్గా కనిపిస్తున్నాయి. ఎట్ ద సేమ్ టైం ఇప్పుడు ఎమర్జ్ అవుతోంది ఎక్స్పాండింగ్ బిజినెస్గా ఉన్నటువంటి ఈ ఏవిజిసి ఇండస్ట్రీకి సంబంధించి ఈ సెక్టార్లో డిమాండ్ ఎక్కువ ఉంది. అండ్ ఇప్పటిదాకా మనం చూసినట్టుగా సిన్హా సార్ చెప్పినట్టుగా, సయస్ సార్ చెప్పినట్టుగా రాబోయేటువంటి 5 నుంచి 7 ఏళ్ల కాలంలో 23 లక్షల ఉద్యోగాలు ఈ సెక్టార్లో రాబోతున్నాయి. కాబట్టి అందులోనూ క్రియేటివిటీకి ఒక హద్దు అనేది లేదు, నో బౌండరీస్. కాబట్టి మనం ఎంత క్రియేటివ్గా ఆలోచిస్తే అంతగా మనము డెవలప్ అవ్వచ్చు, మనమే కాదు మన దేశం కూడా డెవలప్ అవుతుంది. అది కనుక ఆలోచించగలిగితే కెరీర్ని మనం చూస్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. పేరెంట్స్ కూడా ఆలోచించాల్సినటువంటి అవసరం ఉంది.
ఒక చిన్న విషయం యాడ్ చేస్తాను మేడం ఇక్కడ బిఫోర్ వి క్లోజ్. పేరెంట్స్ ఎవరైతే వాళ్ళకి ఒకవేళ చాలా మందికి సందేహాలు ఉండొచ్చు, అలాంటి వారు మీరు దయచేసి ఏం చేయండి అంటే గూగుల్లోకి వెళ్ళండి, గూగుల్ సెర్చ్లోకి ఏవిజిసి టాస్క్ ఫోర్స్ రిపోర్ట్ అని మీరు టైప్ చేస్తే మీకు కంప్లీట్ రిపోర్ట్ వస్తుంది. అండ్ ప్రెస్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ బ్యూరో pib.gov.in ఒక వెబ్సైట్ ఉంది, అది సెంట్రల్ గవర్నమెంట్కి సంబంధించింది. దాంట్లో ఈ పాలసీలో ఇప్పుడు సార్ ఏదైతే పాలసీలో మెంబర్గా ఉన్నారో వాళ్ళు ఇచ్చినటువంటి రికమెండేషన్స్ ఏవైతే ఉన్నాయో సెంట్రల్ గవర్నమెంట్కి, ఆ రికమెండేషన్స్ యాజ్ ఇట్ ఈస్గా అక్కడ ఉన్నాయంటే మనం ఇక్కడ మాట్లాడుతున్నటువంటి 20 లక్షల ఉద్యోగాలు నిజమా కాదా, స్కూల్ లెవెల్లో దీనికి అవేర్నెస్ క్రియేట్ చేయవలసిన అవసరం ఉందా లేదా, కాలేజ్ లెవెల్లో యూజీ పీజీ ప్రోగ్రామ్స్ ఈజీ అంటే గత 2 సంవత్సరాల నుంచే మన భారతదేశంలో ఇంట్రొడ్యూస్ చేయడం జరిగింది. అంటే ఆ హ్యూజ్ రిక్వైర్మెంట్ని దృష్టిలో పెట్టుకొని ప్రభుత్వం ఇలాంటి చర్యలు తీసుకుంటోంది. be it at central level or we should be thankful to the, of course, state government as well, be it past governments or the current government. They are taking this AVGC XR mission as on high wire, and of course as sir has mentioned about image tower, that's a very huge facility. Government has dedicated 10 acres of land in high-tech city, and wherein, with a public-private partnership model, a huge quadrilateral shaped T tower that reflects the, it would be a pride of Telangana, that reflects technology and Telangana. Adi rabotundi, that would be catering to the gaming, animation and VFX industries. Andulo companies vastayi, chaala mandiki udyoga avakashalu doruktayi. So thank you very much, sir, for coming here. And thank you very much, ma'am, for inviting us here.
Thank you so much.
If you want to add something in between, if you think it's relevant, then I would just like to mention one point, and you guys decide whether you want to put it or not. This year also, in the 12th grade, right, about 28% didn't pass in the first attempt itself.
Oh.
Last year it was above 30 something. As a result of which they can't get into IT industry. If they have a creative mindset, gaming doesn't look at any qualifications per se. They need to develop their skills and they can get into the AVGC industry itself.
Yes, sir.
So this is another career option for them.
Exactly. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank
so Sinha sir చెప్పినట్టుగా, సయస్ సార్ చెప్పినట్టుగా, సీయింగ్ ఈజ్ బిలీవింగ్. ఒకసారి లెక్కల్ని చూడండి, ఏవిజిసి రిపోర్ట్ గూగుల్లో అవైలబుల్గా ఉంది. నిజంగానే ఇన్ని లక్షల ఉద్యోగాలు నెక్స్ట్ కమింగ్ ఫ్యూ ఇయర్స్లో రాబోతున్నాయా? ఎస్, రాబోతున్నాయి. కాబట్టి అంత గట్టిగా చెప్తున్నారు. ఎట్ ద సేమ్ టైం మనం అందులోకి ఎంటర్ అవ్వాల్సినటువంటి అవసరం కూడా ఉంది. పేరెంట్స్ ఆలోచించుకోవాల్సినటువంటి టైం కూడా వచ్చింది. థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్ అండ్ డూ థింక్ అబౌట్ ఇట్. ఒకసారి చూడండి, తెలుసుకోండి, పిల్లల్ని జాయిన్ చేయొచ్చు. థ్యాంక్ యూ